More than 20 states sanctioned girls football. Okay, more than 20 states have sanctioned it. Utah was not one of them. Why? I don't know. Utah is, I don't know. We got to have to talk about this. But Ryan NeVille stopped waiting. He was like, I don't know what the problem is, but he co-founded the Utah High School Girls Football Association. Let me say that one more time. Utah High School Girls Football Association. He launched this. It was the state's first all-girls flag football league. And he even pulled $100,000 partnership out of the Las Vegas Raiders. I just want you to hear what I'm saying. He got tired of waiting, so he did it himself. He didn't ask permission, and then he got money from the Las Vegas Raiders, all while still fighting to make the sport official. Okay, this September, he takes Utah girls to Dojo 32 in Las Vegas. This is what building looks like. So I want you to stick around and join me for this conversation with Mila, her dad, and our friend Coco. Hey, did I get that right?
Yes.
Great.
Awesome. Excited to have y'all here. And let's go ahead and get into it, because by the time you started, Coach, by the time you started this organization in 2024, more than 17 states had already sanctioned girls flag football. Utah, with all its athletes, had not. You didn't wait for the institution to catch up. You built the league yourself. What took everybody else so long? What's taking them so long? And what made you decide it's on me? I'm just gonna do this.
Those are great questions. I'm not really sure why it's taken so long in the state of Utah. We've got phenomenal athletes here. There's a lot of great ladies that come from the state of Utah that excel in various sports. I have a daughter who's on this with us, and we've been lucky to participate. Utah is unique because it has a all-girls tackle football league, and we've participated in that for probably the last 7 years. And as I've helped coach in that and she's played, the one thing that league was sort of missing was the passing aspect of the game. And honestly, the way this started was, let's come up with a way to improve the level of play in that league by getting girls out and throwing the football around. And so, I started to look around the nation, and obviously flag is where everything stood out. And so I, started doing some research, and come to find out no one was even remotely trying to do it. So we kind of put it together, and last season was our first season, 10 teams, over 160 girls participating, and it went really well.
That's dope. You said, though, that there was girls tackle football, but no flag football.
Correct. So we're kind of backwards, right? There's a lot of girls playing tackle football here from, I believe, 3rd grade up through 12th.
Mm-hmm.
And so we honestly, I felt like we were going to be able to get a lot of girls from that league to come out. And I would say only 30 to 40% of our girls last season played tackle. All the others were girls that have kind of just been sitting out there waiting for a flag to come along. Maybe mom and dad don't want them out there playing tackle, but we found the response was huge.
Okay, so walk me through this. If there really isn't anyone out there doing it, who are your girls playing against when you first start? Like what?
Well, right. So that was the tricky thing. The tricky thing was recruiting and developing those teams. We are fortunate that everybody's kind of heard of Park City, Utah. They had been doing a youth league for about 7 years now in the springtime, just kind of as a community thing. And so they had enough girls there that they fielded 2 teams. Outside of that, we did kind of lean on a few of the coaches from the tackle league to go out and coach a team. But, word of mouth spreads. There's a lot of girls, like I said, that have been looking for something kind of different. And And yeah, we were honestly, it was almost miraculous that we were able to pull it off in such a short amount of time. But I think that goes to say that like there's a lot of youth here, a lot of outstanding athletes.
Ladies, I want to talk to you about your start because I don't know too many girls that grew up and was like, hey, I want to be a flag football star. But something made you want to do this. Talk to me about when you decided football was what you wanted to play and go after. Coco, start with you.
Yeah. So I've always been around football. All of my brothers play, my dad played, cousins play, everyone plays. So it's always been something that I've been around. And so it made me think, hey, if they're doing it, why can't I? And that's kind of where it started, going to their practices, being included in their conditionings and everything that they did. I was like, hey, if I love this, I know that other girls would love this too. And that's where it started for me.
And what about you, Mila?
For me, it started back when my brother also was playing football. When he started it, he would play flag in his elementary years, and I'd always go to his games, and I thought it was so fun to like watch him play, and I was like, I really wish I could do that. And then I did end up playing flag football co-ed when I was in like 5th or 6th grade, and it was like the funnest thing I've ever done.
Isn't it always great when you beat boys at what they thought they were better at?
It's
Nothing.
so relieving.
And it just feels so good. Tell me about the first time you did that. Did you shake them? Did you race them? Like, tell me about your first experience beating a boy at something.
It was just like, it felt so humbling to them, for me at least. I felt like I humbled them a little bit. It was just really fun to see, like, oh, a girl can really play football. I think it opened up a different view that guys never had, that a girl could play football or be that good at something like that.
What about you, Coco?
Yeah, same thing. You hear a lot of talk with boys that around football and stuff, and then you mention it and they laugh in your face. They don't take you seriously. But then you go out, I was able to go and compete. And I had a conversation with this boy the day prior, and I was like, oh, you're playing in that sevens tournament too. So am I. And he laughed in my face. He thought I was joking. So the funniest thing ever was when we were warming up, not only did they see me warming up, but I started to, and who was sitting on the bench.
Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that. Listen, Dad, what were your thoughts when your daughter decided, yeah, I don't want to just play around the house or at the park. I want to play football. Tell me about that.
Well, I mean, for myself, I loved it. I grew up playing football. It's been a sport that I've been heavily involved in. Like she mentioned, she had an older brother did it that played, and so to have her kind of latch on to the love we had of that sport was obviously fun for me. It's somewhere we can connect. We can talk through things, and especially as, like she said, you get out there and play with the boys, co-ed flag, kind of through the city leagues. That's one thing. You're out there, you got speed and you're blazing by them and everything. But then to go play tackle with them and do that, like really open the eyes of like, hey, just because I'm a female doesn't mean I can't do this. Doesn't mean that I can't hang with you. And so it's become kind of this thing where we're able to bond over it. To be honest, mom feels a little left out maybe because it's just, she plays it, the son plays it, I played it. But yeah, it's been great.
I love to hear it. Now, you say you started, obviously, in this situation, watching your daughter, playing with your daughter. I love that for you. A lot of dads cheer from the stands. You went and founded a whole organization.
Right. Yeah.
So, at what point did this stop being about your kid and it started being about every kid in Utah?
So honestly, it started about every kid in Utah, not just my daughter.
Mm.
I kind of bring her along with it. Uh, but but the lovely thing about the game of football is you can find so many places for kids with so many different talents, right? You can find a place and a way for them to succeed. And there's something about watching kids, these kids get on a team and bond and find, a bit of a family that they didn't know they had, a common interest. And so for me, that was probably the biggest thing. And then, of course, with my daughter, I'm like, you're going to come along on this ride, this little journey while I do it, and have fun doing it.
I love that. While I have you, the Raiders, they donated $100,000. This is a Nevada team. $100,000 check for uniforms and gear for Utah girls. Meanwhile, Utah still hasn't even sanctioned the sport. So, how do you sit with the fact that an NFL team believed in your girls before some of the people in your own state did?
Yeah, I mean, that's been a great partnership that we've lucked out with, right? They're one of the big reasons we're able to push kind of through and get the things going so quickly. That you talk about the $100,000 in-kind donation. I mean, that takes the pressure off having to charge too much money to these ladies to get them involved. And so while you see them doing that, and they're trying to make their presence felt here in Utah, it has been disappointing to not get as much support from people within the state. And so again, we're lucky to have them. Without them, we wouldn't be where we are right now.
Yep. You sent me a question. I think it was you or someone that sent the information in to me. Sent me a question and asked how associations got the sport sanctioned and how they beat the roadblocks. So let's flip it. After 2 years in the trenches, what is the wall you keep hitting in Utah that the highlight reels don't show? Like what you have going on, but what else are you running into?
So Utah, as far as becoming sanctioned, the governing body has certain percentages of schools that you have to show that have interest. That's the biggest roadblock right now. Being this association over here run by a couple of us, it's tough to reach out to as many schools. I mean, the majority are in the Salt Lake area, but you have a lot of schools in southern Utah, in the St. George area, closer to Nevada, that it's hard to get those schools involved. And so we're up against the required amount of girls that we can show are interested in the sport year after year. And if we could meet those guidelines, those percentages, then we can move down the path of becoming sanctioned here in Utah.
Got you. Now, girls, I want to ask you, how do you feel knowing that the Las Vegas Raiders support you and the work that you're doing, but your city, your state hasn't done what it needs to do? And knowing that, now there's scholarships for this, there's NIL money for this, the Olympics are coming in 2028, and the state is still making your road to being able to be successful in those lanes more difficult. Tell me what I didn't ask is, like, how old are you, what grade you're in, and then how all of this part of it feels to you.
I'll go. So I'm an incoming senior and I'm going to attend Lone Peak High School, but me and Mila both play for Skyridge. And it's definitely been frustrating because everybody knows that flag football is a thing. But what frustrates me most is the fact that they choose to ignore it. It's right there. It's no longer just a conversation. It's here, but everyone's just choosing to ignore it. And that's probably what's been most frustrating. Here in Utah and in Utah County, we give a lot to our boys' sports, specifically football. Why can't we do the same with our girls' flag football, with our girls' sports in general?
Yep. Mila?
I'm 16 and I'm an incoming junior. And like Coco said, I attend Lone Peak High School, but I play for Skyridge. And I think it is very frustrating, the fact that Utah hasn't taken flag football to the next level or have done anything with it. But it is comforting to know that the Las Vegas Raiders are supporting us, and they're also trying to help us get it sanctioned here.
Yeah. I don't know. Even if, okay, let's say worst case scenario, and all three of you can jump in on this. Worst case scenario, Utah doesn't move the needle. Are you still committed to the sport, and what lies ahead for you if Utah does not do what's right?
So I'll speak first on this. Obviously, I'm committed to it. I'm committed to it because I started a whole association around it. Um, Already after one season, and then some off season, we have universities reaching out. We have universities offering, these scholarships that you mentioned to these ladies that have only played one season. Um, I have universities reaching out going, hey, I need to get your next season schedule so I can come out and, scout some of these ladies. I think most of the nation understands that Utah has athletes. I don't think that most of these places understand that we have a league, um, because we've only done it for one season and we don't really pull up on most people's radar. So, our big thing is getting the word out there, letting people know, that's the beauty of social media. It's much easier to get the word out. And that's kind of what we're stressing at this point, so that these girls do get a fair chance, just like the rest of the girls across the nation.
Yeah. So, ladies, if Utah doesn't do the right thing, what do you see in your future with this sport?
I'll go. Keep pushing it. I'm gonna keep going. I have two younger sisters, and so this is pretty closely home to me. I want them to know that, or I want them and every other little girl in Utah to know that flag is a pathway and it's an option and it's there. Because if they want to play, I want it to be there for them. I want it to be sanctioned for them, for the next generation. So just keep going and keep pushing it.
I love that.
Yeah, I would also say I would just keep doing it. If you have the love for it, why not play it? I've played it forever, so I feel like even if it wasn't sanctioned, I would still continue to just play what I love to do.
I love this. You know what? That's the true passion and love for a sport. That's what I hear. So, congratulations on knowing what you want to do, because there are people that still get to this stage and are like, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I'll think about it. You guys are like, I'm in, and I commend you on that. I think that's a big deal. But I'm going to get petty for a quick minute. Now, the minute a sport gets an Olympic stage and scholarship money happens, everybody wants a seat at the table. People who were never around before, okay? So 2 years in, coach, 2 years in, I want you to tell me who else has showed up for these Utah girls when it was just work, when it was just for the love, and who is showing up now for the photo ops?
Oh, I mean, that's a great question. To be honest with you, I have
Yep.
had more people reach out saying they want to help me out and support me. I don't feel like I've really had anybody try to step in and try to take away the spotlight from it.
Mhm.
So I think we're kind of fortunate there. Um, but I guess I'm hopeful that, like you said, it's an Olympic sport. It's big in college. I'm hoping more schools, athletic directors, principals reach out and say, "Hey, we want to support you. We want, to allow access to our fields so these girls have a place to play." And right now, that's kind of a mixed bag of results. So that's where I'm hoping we go.
I love that. Girls, are there people that were kind of in like weird about it or in denial about it or just wasn't really supportive before that you're starting to see come around now?
I feel like yes and no. I think all of my guy friends, or if I meet someone new and I tell them, oh, I play football, they just don't believe me. Like the second I say it, they're like, no way you do. And I'm like, I do. Like, believe me, I do. And they come across like footage of it and they're like, wow, like I didn't know that that was a thing. That's really cool. Like, then they start seeing more of it and it just changes like how they view it.
Coco?
Yeah, same thing. I think the biggest part of it is just like telling these guys that you do the same thing and as them, and they're like in disbelief that you can do it and that you are doing it. So at first they're just like, "Oh no, you're lying. You can't do this." And then, they go to Ryan's page, they go to Mila's page, they go to my page, and they see our highlights and they see that we're actually doing the stuff that they're doing. Mm-hmm. And I think they're intimidated at first, but then they give us the credit later on.
I love that. Kudos to you. Tell me, ladies, and then Coach, you on the other side, what is one of the most difficult things your coach has ever asked of you? Like something that was really, really tough. And what did you learn about yourself?
Okay, I'll go first on this one. Okay, high school girl, high school in general, it's so hard right now to put yourself out there. And so any coaches, the hardest thing that they'll ask me to do is probably just, hey, would you be able to come onto this podcast or come onto this interview, or would you be down to record this video for us? So it's the biggest thing for me was putting myself out there and learning how to be uncomfortable in uncomfortable situations.
Mila.
For me, it's the same thing. You just gotta put yourself out there. You have to be confident in what you do, know what's right for you. I think me playing with my brother, who was the coach last year for Skyridge, definitely taught me a lesson. Definitely tested my patience too, but I think it was overall a good experience for me to have. And yeah.
What was the hardest thing Coach asked you to do?
Well, me and my brother, we fight quite often. We do get on each other's nerves. So it was just us trying to get on the same page with each other, for me to not give him attitude when it wasn't needed. So I learned how to deal with hard situations like that.
You and your brother used to fight. Okay, that's interesting. Who won the fights?
Mila.
Me. Always me.
Go on every fight.
Every fight.
And Coach, for you, he disappeared on me again, but I can't remember if I can hear you. It's fine. I just want to know, what is one of the most difficult things you've ever had to ask of the girls? And what did it teach you? What have you learned about yourself through this process?
Honestly, I don't know that there's really been too much tough to ask of the girls. That's the one thing I found is these ladies are up to the task. You ask them to do something and they go right after it. That's almost the common theme as we deal with coaches that are used to coaching boys. The response is always, these ladies listen. These ladies absorb taking the game. They don't come out here thinking they know everything. And so they're very coachable. And so when you're up against that, I think it's easy to ask them to go do something. It's easy to ask stuff of them because I think they're appreciative of the space they're given, that they know, a lot of people didn't have, and then until recently they didn't even have in Utah at all.
Yeah, I get that. Well, you are taking Utah girls to Dojo 32 in Vegas, and this should be a good time. There's going to be 6 countries on the field, and it's going to be streamed worldwide, okay? Your athletes are about to see what is possible at a whole different level. What do you need them to bring home from that trip, Coach, that has nothing to do with the final score?
What I want them to bring home is watching these different teams that have been doing it for a long time. I want them to see where the sport can go and how it can grow. I also want them to look around and understand that they're not that far behind. They just haven't had as many opportunities.
Yeah. And ladies, what are you looking forward to in Las Vegas?
Getting to meet the athletes that have been playing the game for a long time and watching them and seeing how they play and taking that and breaking it down and putting it into my own game.
Mila?
I agree with her. I think it's going to be super cool to see all these other countries play the sport that they've been playing forever and just see who shows up and meet new people. And it's just going to be an overall great experience.
Super excited for you guys. Now, let everyone know how they can get in touch with you and follow your journey and support you.
So, I mean, you can just jump on Instagram at UHSGFA, follow us. You know, a lot of these great athletes like Coco, Mila, you know, they follow us, have accounts, so you can find them there. Obviously, you can go to our website, UHSGFA.org, and that's where you can find out like game results from last season, you know, different film, stuff like that. So that's the easiest way to find us as an association.
All right, Coco?
Yep, same thing. Go to our Instagram, our websites, reach out to us through Instagram if you have any questions or just want to learn more about us in the game.
Awesome. Mila?
Same goes for me too. Just all over Instagram, website, we'll be there.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm excited to meet y'all in person. Even this is fun. I love getting the opportunity to chat with you all about what you're doing. And Vegas is going to be hot. So I hope y'all ready. We're going to have a nice, hot, good time. So stay hydrated, prepare for that heat in Vegas. And I'm going to close here because I think we've learned a little something. You know, every team is dealing with a different circumstance. Some teams are dealing with sanctions. California teams, their high school teams can't even play in Vegas because they are sanctioned. You guys don't have the support that some other states have. Everybody's situation is different. But what we know for sure is that you all have the heart and the passion for this game. And I appreciate it. I love that. I love that zest. And I love hearing about you continuing to beat boys and humble them. Continue to bring that smoke. It is everything I love about sports. But, you know, the proof is always on the field. And if this fired you up for my audience that's watching, do something with it. Subscribe to the channel, get on Control the Narrative on Substack. You know, we talk about this kind of stuff all the time. And go follow UHSGFA. Okay, follow them, follow their journey, follow their girls and support. And if you can make a phone call, if somebody out there got some pull, you know, let's get these girls sanctioned. You know what I'm saying? Let's make that happen. So thank you guys for being here. We'll see you in Vegas. And if you don't control the narrative, the streets will, and not in your favor. Thank you guys for controlling the narrative around your sport, your team, and your play. We'll see you next time.
All right. Thank you.